We're going to be going through every single U.S. gubernatorial race. We'll be going through all the swing states. We've got all of the likely and safe states characterized. We'll start with the lean, and we'll go in no particular order. We'll start out with the state of Wisconsin. I feel reasonably confident in this going blue. Currently, Wisconsin has a Democratic governor, and I think that, well, he is not going to run for re-election, but I do think Democrats in general are well positioned to win this seat come November for the gubernatorial position. That's going to be the call there in Wisconsin. And then we're going to head down to Arizona. Interestingly enough, Arizona actually, when you do the default set map, it has Arizona in the lean blue column. It doesn't really even consider it a swing state. The lean blue states are, or lean red, either way, are certainly competitive, but generally they end up in that party's column. And then we're going to go now to a swing state that I think is going to be really hard to call. But for now, I'm going to go with the state of Ohio. Going to put that into the tilt Republican column. I think the state will, I think a decently likely scenario is that the state goes red on the gubernatorial level and blue on the Senate level. I think that is certainly a possibility. That's going to be the call there in the state of Ohio. And then I'm actually flipping my prediction in the state of Georgia. It's virtually 50-50 in the state of Georgia. The Republicans have a very slight edge according to the betting markets. I think this race will be really close. I think the Senate race, similarly to Ohio, is, well, I think the Senate race in Georgia is far more locked in for the Democrats than the Senate race is in Ohio. But I could certainly see a reality where both of these states elect Republican governors and Democratic senators. That's going to be the call there in Georgia. And then we're going to head up to Michigan, going to put that into the lean blue column. Currently, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, all three have Democratic governors, and they are largely well-liked. In Pennsylvania, Shapiro is even winning his election by a likely margin, which is a very impressive feat. Democrats, if they want to have any hope of electability, especially on the presidential level, need to win the state of Pennsylvania, and Shapiro is providing an avenue for them to potentially do that. It will be interesting to see if he gets picked as a potential running mate or even presidential candidate because of his skills in winning a crucial swing state like Pennsylvania. But that's going to be the call there. And then we're going to go to a state that generally isn't in the tilt blue column or in the blue column at all, that being the state of Iowa. This state, according to the betting markets, has a pretty strong edge for the Democrats. I don't think it'll be more than tilt, but it's certainly a possibility. The state could go more into the Democrats column than tilt, but for now, that's going to be the call there in the state of Iowa. And then we're going to do a lean red prediction in the state of Kansas. Generally, this state votes red. The state has in recent history even elected a Democratic governor, but I don't think that the Democrat will be running this race again, but that's going to be the call there in Kansas. Finally, heading over to the last competitive swing state, we have the state of Nevada. I think this will be a really close race. Honestly, I think it could certainly go either way. It's going to be in the tilt column. As far as pluses for the Republicans, the current incumbent governor is a Republican. He has a pretty decent approval rating, which is impressive in a state that generally votes blue when it has a Republican governor. But I think if I had to call it, just the betting markets have it in a pretty good position for the Democrats, so I think that that will be a flip. So that will ultimately result in 25-25, an even split of the U.S. gubernatorial seats after the 2026 midterms. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.